Hey everyone, Rosie here. Thank you for checking out my channel, Red Door Reader. I am here today with my very first unhaul video. I decided that I really need to stay on my TBR, and the best way for me to do that is to put myself on time limits. So any book that I haul, I'm giving myself 6 months to read it. If I do not read it within those 6 months, then I have to unhaul it. Even if I unhaul it, I can purchase it again, but I think having that, mindset that I had to pay money for it once and then pay for it again will make sure that the books that I do have to repurchase are books that I really want, and it makes sure that the books I'm bringing in are books that I'm going to read. Out of my whole list, there's only one of them that I read and I did not enjoy. The rest of them either hit my 6-month mark or maybe I have another edition of it and I just need to stop having it clog up my shelves. So let's get started. The first book that I'm going to unhaul today is a book that I read and I did not enjoy, and that is Dusk or Dark or Dawn or Day, and this is by Seanan McGuire. I bought this because I absolutely adored the Wayward Children series. It just did not stack up to what happened, with the story in the Wayward Children. It was trying to keep that fantastical element, but I did not really enjoy it. So I'm just going to donate it and hope that somebody else gets some enjoyment out of it. The next book I have is Anywhere But Here, and this is by Tanya Lloyd Kai, I think is how you say it. I could be completely wrong. This is a book that I was trying to get my $35 for free shipping on Book Outlet, and I needed another dollar, and this I believe was one of those 69-cent books. I've had it for quite a while. I have not read it. I'm not reaching for it when I go to look for books, so I'm going to donate it. The next book that I am going to donate is November 9 by Colleen Hoover. I did not realize when I picked it up that there was so much controversy with Colleen Hoover herself. This wasn't something I was reaching for anyway, so it's out. The next book I have is Parallel, and this is by Lauren Miller. This one actually has a really neat premise. It's about this girl who lives her life and she always wishes that she would have gone back and done something differently, and one day, I believe it's on her birthday, yes, on her 18th birthday, she wakes up and she's living that other life. I do want to read this book, but I have quite a big TBR. I have so many other books that I want to read before it, so this is going to need a new home. The next book I got is Temptation, and this is by R.L. Stine. Now this book I specifically picked up because it was by R.L. Stine, and I have so many good feelings and memories from reading R.L. Stine books, but honestly this is one of those that has been sitting on my shelf over, oh gosh, how long has it been now? This has been, I'm not even going to tell you. It has been way too long and I have not picked it up, so this one's gonna have to go too. The next book that I'm going to unhaul is The Way I Used to Be, and this is by Amber Smith. This one I had broken it up because it's done throughout the 4 years of high school, and it's about...
That is my cat climbing on stuff. Hey, we're just gonna leave that there because I don't feel like cutting it out.
This is a story about a girl who is raped by her older brother's friend, and it kind of goes through the story of what happens to her after that happens. And I read through, I believe, half of sophomore year. No, all of sophomore year. I read through the freshman year section and the sophomore year section, and I wanted to feel for the character. I wanted to feel with what was going on, and I just could not get into it. So someone else might like this. The next book that I'm unhauling is White Oleander by Janet Fitch. This one I am unhauling because it is the paperback version and I have the hardback version, so I do not need the paperback version, but someone else might. The next book I have is Frozen. This is by Melissa De La Cruz and Michael Johnston. I got this at Half Price Books, my local one, maybe 2 years ago. It has been way too long that I've had this book and have not read it, so I am just going to see who else may like it and give it back to Half Price Books. I was wrong, you guys. There is another book on this list that I am unhauling because I didn't like it, and that book is Inexcusable by Chris Lynch. This book was a National Book Award finalist. I don't know why. I was very unhappy with this book. It is about this guy who basically ends up going out with this girl, and they're
Heads up, spoiler warning.
He just raped her, and he never once says that it was inexcusable, and that in my mind makes this book inexcusable. I do not like it at all, and it's gonna go away, far away. So the next book that I'm unhauling is A World Without You. This is by Beth Revis, and it's basically about this boy who has these delusions, and he falls for someone named Sophia, and then Sophia commits suicide, and he has convinced himself that she is still alive. And I wanted to read it because I like the premise. The only problem with this is I have had it for way too long. I've picked it up and read maybe about 10 pages in it, and I kept putting it back down. So someone else might enjoy this more than me. The next book I have is All We Have Is Now, and this is by Lisa Schroeder. I believe it's about something end of the world. I could be completely wrong. This was one of those books that I just needed to reach my $35 on Book Outlet, so I threw it in the cart, and I have not picked it up. I'm lying. I picked it up once, and I read maybe like 3 pages in it, and I just didn't have a desire to read it because I have other books I want to read. Next, I have The Remedy by Suzanne Young. This is a book that I know nothing about. I picked it up at Half Price Books way too long ago for me to remember, so it can go back. And the last book that I am unhauling today is The Roanoke Girls by Amy Engel. Again, I was wrong about the number of books that I am unhauling because I didn't like them. This book I read last month for Contemporary-a-thon. It was my taboo contemporary, and I just was not a fan of this book. I never see me picking it up again. I did not enjoy it, and you know, maybe someone else will get something out of it that I didn't, so this one's gonna have to go. So that is it. Those are all the books that I am unhauling. By the time this video goes up, they will already have been unhauled. I have been considering in the future being able to do maybe like a giveaway if somebody wanted the books I'm unhauling, but that's going to be just a little ways off. So I will let you know about that once that happens. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for all future updates from yours truly, and until next time.